Greetings internet, welcome back. My name is Bertin. Today as I tour Kabale, which is the last big town before exiting Uganda to Rwanda, let me share my experience after visiting Uganda for just 1 week. Welcome to Kabale, a town located 20 kilometers from Rwanda-Uganda border called Gatuna. So this is Kabale for you. In Uganda they pronounce it Kabale. This is how I see Uganda as a Tanzanian. Remember, I visited Kampala, Entebbe, Jinja, Masaka, Mbarara, and now Kabale. And here we have this beautiful church. It looks like a cathedral maybe, or a parish, a bigger parish. It's the church. One thing you have to know is that Uganda is a country in East Africa and is a country located in East Africa community. So if you want to travel to Uganda from East African countries, you don't need any visa. You just need your passport and yellow fever vaccination card. If you don't have a passport, there are temporary passports. I think Tanzanian shillings, it's like 45 Tanzanian shillings. At immigration, for instance, I came from Tanzania, I passed through Tukula border. There's no any complication. Show your passport, yellow fever vaccination, you are ready to go. It's like you are going to one region of Tanzania. No complication at all. This does not apply only to Uganda, but also other East African countries, especially Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi. Last year I tried to visit Congo. Tanzanians have to pay $50 to get a visa. Also, I asked some people about South Sudan. They say also you have to pay something, at least something, in order to visit South Sudan. I don't know about Somalia. I've never gone there. But other East African countries, just have your passport, yellow fever vaccination card, you are ready to go. Guys, it's early in the morning here in Kabale. Another important thing when you visit a country or a new country, people of Uganda. I like the people of Uganda very much actually. They are very welcoming, very friendly, they are very helpful, and they are smiling. That's one thing I have to say about Ugandans. They are open-minded, not only men but also women. Youth of Uganda, Ugandan youth, they are very open. You ask someone one question, he answers 10 questions. In Swahili we call it funguka, wanafunguka, Waganda wanafunguka. Another thing is that they are very informed about their country. They know everything going on in their country. It is not just people of Kampala, even people in Jinja, people in Mbarara, people in Entebbe. You ask him anything about Uganda, he tells you everything from economy, politics, GDP, per capita. They are very informed. Thanks to the media of Uganda, you inform well your people. If there is any project, they know. If there is maybe something is coming to Uganda, they know. I like this. They're very responsible youth who know everything that goes on in their country.
But right now the city is expanding. So right now they are around 22 hills. Yeah. So originally the city started with 7 hills, but right now it is expanding to over 22 hills.
I see the infrastructure here. Is this a flyover?
Yeah. The government of Japan is the one who donated this infrastructure here.
Who?
Government of Japan.
Government of Japan.
Yes. Just say that we are too much supportive buying their Toyota cars.
Ugandans speak good English. I admit, there are some statistics I saw that say Ugandans are the best English speakers in Africa. It is true. When you meet any Ugandan, even a boda guy, a woman working as a mama ntilie, kibandanski, they speak good English. Their accent is well understood actually. Their accent is the best. You understand? The grammar is good. Even myself here, I was thinking when I was asking some people, when I was interviewing some people that, I have to learn English, my people. Sometimes I was thinking maybe only comedians like Kansime, Teacher Mpamile who speak good English, but no, even bodabodas, a taxi driver, a machinga, they speak good English. Also, that adds to the topic of being informed about their country because they know how to speak. So also they know how to listen. They listen, they understand.
If you don't have money in Uganda, you'll not have anything good for yourself. You won't get a meal.
Okay, despite of being best English speakers, people around Kampala, they don't speak Swahili. Some of them speak, but most of them don't speak Swahili at all. Maybe people in Jinja, some speak. In Mbarara and Masaka, some speak, and people near the border of Tanzania and people near the border of Kenya speak Swahili. People speak Uganda, which is their language, and English. So if you don't know English, you are going to struggle in Uganda. But I heard nowadays they have introduced Swahili subject in their schools. So maybe after some time, Gen A, Gen Alpha, they will speak Swahili. I visited other East African countries. Rwanda, they speak Swahili. At least they speak Swahili. At least they understand. Burundi speaks Swahili. Most of them, especially in Bujumbura, they speak Swahili. Kenya, they speak Swahili. Tanzania, we are Swahili people. I can't blame them. Maybe it's about historical issues or whatever. But they don't speak Swahili like other East Africans. But in terms of English, they speak good English. Another street. Also, despite of being best English speakers, they still value Uganda local traditions. For instance, they speak Luganda. When you go to Western Uganda, they speak Runyankore. When you go to Eastern Uganda, they speak Lusoga. So they still value Ugandan local languages. They speak their languages, and most people in Uganda, they know how to speak both. Someone is from Western Uganda, maybe he's a Munyoro, he speaks Lunyoro, at the same time he speaks Luganda, at the same time he speaks English, at the same time he speaks Runyankore. The best example is Ivan Atuairwe. He speaks a lot of languages, local languages of Uganda. Maybe languages in Uganda are more related, Ugandans confirm. But despite that, most people, almost everyone, speaks Luganda. Luganda, I think, is a national language. They speak Luganda and English. Also, on the same point of valuing Uganda local traditions, some women still wear Ugandan local dress. They eat local food. There's no too much Western influence in Uganda. They are natural. That's why I enjoyed Ugandan food. They eat matoke in the morning with milk. Insanusi, beans, matoke, ugali, they call it posho in Uganda. So they eat healthy. I think this is the reason Ugandans look very healthy. This is my breakfast here in Jinja. This is breakfast. This is not lunch or dinner. This is just breakfast. I have matoke here. In Tanzania, we call them dizibukoba. If you have seen in dizibukoba, here they eat them like breakfast. And I have this milk, tea milk. This is my food here in Barara. Matoke and beans. See, 5,000 Ugandan shillings.
Banana and yes, and Sanyu is grown nuts.
Yes.
But this one is pasted beef. There is beef in those guinness and then some little rice. Of course, it's a bit thick. You can clearly see.
Yes, yes. Guys, welcome to Kampala. My Tanzanian people, have you ever seen this? We have milk here, and what's the name of this in English?
This is millet, millet porridge. The one that is, how can I say that? You don't take it hot, it is cold. So they mix it with this one. Can I call it bongo?
Oh.
Fermented milk.
Fermented milk, huh?
Yeah, more like that. Okay, it's yogurt. That's in simple
It's
terms.
something like yogurt, yeah?
If you don't call it bongo, you call it yogurt. So this yogurt, they mix it with this porridge or this drink. It's a local drink. So if you leave this local drink without the yogurt, if you leave this local drink, it ferments and becomes alcoholic.
Oh, so you are taking a little alcohol.
And it is common with the people from Western Uganda. I've seen it in Chisoro. I've seen it in Rwanda.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is what makes Ugandan people to look beautiful. Another thing I noticed in Uganda seems to be very self-independent, especially in terms of commodities. I think they have a lot of manufacturing industries and processing industries. Uganda seems to be self-independent. They have sugar factories, some cloth brands are from Uganda, iron sheets, steel, almost everything is manufactured in Uganda. Even they manufacture cars. They have that Killer Motors Corporation in Jinja. They manufacture their own electric cars. So I think the government of Uganda is trying its level best to be self-independent. And I think because they don't have the port, so they are trying to go away from importing everything. So they introduce and they build many industries. You are going to see that if you travel from Kampala to Jinja, on each side of the road, you are going to see a lot of industries. It's like in Tanzania, when you travel from Kiba, Chalinze, or you go to Bagamoyo, or you go to Mkuranga, those industries that are located there, they are the one found along 80 kilometers from Kampala to Jinja. They have a lot of industries. Another thing I noticed in Uganda is developing rapidly. Kampala is under construction, especially in terms of high-rise buildings. They are constructing roads. For instance, the road from Masaka to Kampala is under construction. And Kampala is a very big city. At first, people say Kampala was the city of 7 hills, but nowadays is a city of more than 22 hills. And all of them have settlements, have high-rise buildings, hotels. And you can see that. Okay, I took a motorbike all the way from Kololo to Namugongo, via Ntinda, Naria. Kampala is very big city, and the city has expanded to Wakiso. So Kampala has a metropolis. It's a very big city. Don't underestimate Kampala. The only thing maybe what they can do in Kampala is to expand roads, maybe to make 6 lanes, 8 lanes in some areas, especially those busy roads. It's not that way bad. It is just fine. The city is big and it is developed, especially in terms of buildings. The good thing that the government is doing in Kampala, they follow American way of building infrastructure, building flyovers, expressways, bypasses, which is the good thing, which is different from us in Dar es Salaam that we follow Scandinavian way or European way of building infrastructure. For instance, for us, we prioritize mass transport. For instance, bus rapid transit BRT around Dar es Salaam, and also in Dodoma, they have left a lot of space to construct mass rapid transit, which is very different in Kampala, where they follow American way, expressway, flyovers. It's a good thing. All of them are developments here in East Africa. Well, another thing I've learned from Kampala or from Uganda generally, they have organized local markets everywhere in Uganda. Every major town you go in Uganda, you're going to find a good designed local market. I visited Mbarara local market, I visited Masaka local market, I visited Kabale. Even now I'm in Kabale local market. They know how to construct those local markets, and these local markets, they are full occupied. They are well designed in a way that, and if you start a business anywhere within a market, you are going to get customers. This is the thing that we are failing in our countries. They built a market, but only the first floor or the ground floor and the second floor are occupied. Third floor, fourth floor, they are not occupied. But here they know. They provide even Wi-Fi. I visited Mbarara market. They have Wi-Fi inside the market. They are clean, they are organized. If you want to get clothes, you go somewhere. If you want to get mangoes or bananas, go somewhere. So this is the good thing I've seen in Uganda. So just like any other town in Uganda, also you have the beautiful central market. This is the market itself. You see, this is the central market here. Kabale Central Market. It's a bit smaller, but very modern. And here we have some statues. I think in Kabale district, we have these chimpanzees. It's another view. We go inside. inside Kabale market. Kabale. These are among the best things I like about Uganda. Markets are well built to accommodate everyone. You see, like this market here. We have this musician here, the studio. The small studio. She's recording. Another thing is that Ugandan economy is owned by Ugandans. People who have money, people who are investing in Uganda, most of them are Ugandans, whether in diaspora or Ugandans themselves within the country. This is the good thing. The GDP, and if it is low compared to other African countries, but Ugandans, they own their economy. You can easily see this when you see vans, those vans. Drivers, owners are Ugandans. Real estate, most of them Ugandans. Some industries, some universities, some schools, most of them are owned by Ugandans. Also, I love how they construct their houses, especially the iron sheets. I think I have to import iron sheets from Uganda. They have good quality iron sheets. They have very high quality. Most of them are colored, so the problem of rusted iron sheets is solved already. They know how to construct their houses in a good way. Even their villages. I traveled from Masaka to Mbarara. Villages have good houses. This southern part of Uganda, eastern Uganda and western Uganda, where I've visited, 80% of villages have quality houses with good iron sheets. Another thing, they know how to utilize space in buildings. Most buildings in Uganda, those bigger buildings, for instance complexes, shopping complexes, malls, even these local markets that have been constructed in Uganda, they know how to utilize space. For instance, I saw a building in Masaka. On top, they have a simple stadium for kids to do exercise, 2 undergrounds, 1 shops, another underground parking, or the 3rd floor or the 4th floor parking. The same complex, on top you have a hotel, down you have parking. Another thing I have to say about Uganda, they are very religious and trustworthy. I visited in Amugongo with the shrine, a pilgrimage shrine some kilometers from Kampala in Wakiso district. I found a good history there about Christians, Catholics, who were killed for being Christians. Most Ugandans are religious. If he's a Christian, he's a Christian. If he's a Muslim, he's a Muslim. If he's a traditional African believer, he's really a traditional African believer. They trust and obey what they believe. Just why we have saints in Uganda. We have Catholic saints. You have 22 martyrs of Uganda. I love Ugandan Expressway, Kampala Entebbe Expressway, Northern Bypass, Southern Bypass. They are well built. Those are world-class roads in Uganda. If you are owning the car in Uganda, you are going to enjoy those expressway. You pay, you drive the way you like. You speed the way you like. So you enjoy driving. Roads in Western Uganda are very good. They are very good roads. On every corner, at least you have 3 lanes. Some places 4 lanes. So it is easy to overtake. So Western Uganda has good roads. I traveled from Masaka to Kabale, where I am now. Western Uganda has good roads. So that's how I see Uganda. I know people want me to mention some negatives. Yes, there are still some challenges, but these challenges are well known by Ugandans. I don't need to mention them. Ugandans know them. I'm sure they will solve them with time. Uganda is the developing country. Actually, it's the first developing country. So with time, they're going to solve their challenges as Ugandans. And by the way, another thing, they have beautiful women. They have beautiful women, and as I've said before, that they are open-minded. When you approach a girl, she's open. She's willing to talk to you. If you are good, she's willing to talk to you. It is easy to get a wife in Uganda. Most of them are wife materials. They understand life is not that way hard. Ugandan women, most of them are open-minded, they are beautiful, and they are willing to talk. I mean, they still value that issue of a family, togetherness. A man, a woman, they make a family. Not like some women of nowadays who like to be self-independent. They pretend to know everything. Ugandan women, nice. You don't have a lot of women who pretend to be a father, a mother, a child at the same time. They still value family, most of them. So that's why when you approach her, she becomes positive minded, she responds, and they still value themselves as women. You know, nowadays you have these women who see themselves as men. They want to be men badly. So I think in East Africa, among cities I have visited, Dar es Salaam, Nairobi, Kampala women still value their women nature. That's what I can say. That's another topic of another day, by the way. One last thing, how I see Uganda as a Tanzanian. Ugandans love Tanzania. Magufuli is the most loved president from Tanzania in Uganda. Some cars are labeled Magufuli. Everyone knows Magufuli in Uganda. I asked some Ugandans, what do they think of Tanzania? Most of them know Magufuli. Also, they know Tanzania. They love Zanzibar, especially women love Zanzibar. I think Zanzibar has marketed itself very well. Zanzibar, Dar es Salaam is known. They know what's going on in Tanzania, but they love Tanzania. I saw a car in Mbarara. Someone was a Tanzanian flag. I asked him, why do you have a flag? He said, I love Tanzania. I just love Tanzania. I wish one day I will go and live in Tanzania. They love Tanzania, and most of them see Tanzania as a beautiful country with a lot of structures, with a lot of natural attractions, the mountains, the beaches.
Oh, this is Nyerere Road here in Kabale, Uganda. Nyerere Road.
Well, despite of loving Tanzania, but we Tanzanians, we still have a lot of work to do to advertise our country to some Ugandans. Some of them don't know at all, especially about our new projects that we have in Tanzania, about our electric trains, our new cities, our infrastructure that we have. They are not known to Uganda. So it's a big work to we YouTubers who are from Tanzania to market well our country through Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We have to market well our country. They know Tanzania, maybe it's natural attractions, for instance, Serengeti National Park, Kilimanjaro, Zanzibar, and all that. But about infrastructure, the city of Dar es Salaam, we have highways there, we have best public transport, we have those things are not well known to other East Africans, not only Uganda. Just in Tanzania, we have to market well our country. And as exposed Bertin, Ugandans, don't worry, you're going to see a lot from Tanzania. Also, I promise you, for now, I'm in the process of buying a drone, also finding a permit. I will arrange well my trip next time and visit Uganda. I will come with a drone. I will stay there for 2 months, 1 month, exploring Uganda, flying a drone, making a good documentary. So this is just the beginning. I loved Uganda, so I will come back to Uganda to explore Uganda in detail. I want when I fly a drone in Kampala, you see everything. I want when I fly a drone in some Ugandan countryside, for instance, Masaka villages, you see everything. For now, let me go back to Tanzania. First, I want to explore Lake Zone, especially Mwanza area. So don't forget to subscribe, by the way. By the way, I have more than 5 million views, but with 26,000 subscribers. It is not fair.
Ebyererezi gyebiri musobola zimbako ne wasamaliko wanna munegina naye ng'ebyo tubyesa eddungu teryesojjako okuva mu baganda b'ekyo kikakali bagamba balakwolaba ne langi zebakufaananya ziba zangeri kuziba mu myoyo ate zifuuka n'ebiro ebimu mu ngeri gy'otabiteepeza ffe lwabwe tabiraba munda muli nange ntuule wange nennyaniriza ne gwe mmanyi omubi gwate naazimba nganyolweki naawe oyo mupangire kuba kwekubako ogene naye kaanaasimuka eryejjengo waliima womugwanyize kompola lyalisindika ndifaananya mba ya mu kisambo saba oliva ne ku byokola omala obuna obuva okunoonya woneewogoma ekitalo kati wano omulaga ekkubo gwera olwetubako ayite naye alina ekitala mu nsawo ye ab'emikwano bantamenze gw'olaba okuva ku kyendabye muso omuto ne kankati nalinnye ku ggolo ekimu okuggulira ekyange bakusimu ne kankati nalinnye ku ggolo ekimu okuggulira ekyange bakusimu nalinnye ku ggolo okuggulira ekyange bakusimu ne beesegera nnonda mbalonde bakimmalako lwe bansibisa amanyi nawo ningirire abagubuzo bamnetemerako mu lujjudde egendereze mazima kyewagula bandi buli muyimbi afa enyimba nze nzitwala